And I'm gonna get to this point because that clip is gonna lead into it. But I also think that people are just terrible friends, and they think that they're good friends.
Agreed.
A lot of people think that they're good friends and they're terrible friends. That's just I promise you. And once we start talking about you, you're gonna see what I'm talking about.
That's
All
real.
right, let me play the clip.
When I'm here, it's all about you, but I don't check in as often as I should with friends. And I've been told that in the past and I've adjusted, but you just have to tell me, but it's not a natural instinct. And so with this, I understand like Eva being like, this is kind of a high maintenance friendship in a way where I can't, I'm not going to be the same type of giving friend that you are to me, but I will show up in the ways that I can. If you need me, I will always be there. And so that would make me consider like, oh, am I a bad friend because I think about you, but I might not text you to be like, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay. But you should know that I would hope you would call me if you weren't okay and know that I would show up for you and be there for you. I'm not considerate.
Yeah.
I'm not a considerate friend in the way that I would like to be.
That's
So, number one, yes, she's a terrible friend. I'm gonna say it like that. Yes, she's a bad friend. She's questioning, is she a bad friend? Yes, she's a bad friend. But that's not why I want to. Like, that is the foundation for the conversation. But what made it interesting for me, because I saw the clip before you shared it with us too.
Yeah.
And I had bookmarked it for conversation because I was like, this is definitely something that we need to talk about. And the only reason I thought that was because when I went to the comment section, I was expecting to see a lot of women in there. And I was surprised to see that there were way more men in the comment section
Really?
agreeing with her sentiment about just not being considerate friends that check in on people and stuff like that. And that's what made me be like, you know, now that I think about it, we do kind of operate like that a lot with just like holistically. I'm using one of Lace's words, at broad brush with this one. In general, men do not, we don't really, I'm not going to say we, because I don't do it. Once I became aware of it a long time ago. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like, yo, I don't really check on you as much as I should. I know that you're going through stuff or that you're dealing with things, but I ain't like hitting you up to be like, hey, you good? Like what's what's going on with you? It's like, if you don't say nothing to me about it, then I don't say nothing to you about it. And that's how we kind of, carry or whatever. So I was really surprised to see how many men were just in the comment section, like agreeing, like, yeah, I do the same thing. If he need me, you know what I'm saying? I hope he called me or something like that. But it's like,
but that's not even friendship, though.
It's not though. And it's not. What I'm saying. It's not. And it's like, how do I know I can call you if you don't even check on me?
Right.
Like, how do I know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was to get into something, how do I even know I can call you?
Right.
Because you don't take the time to check in on me ever to see if I'm doing all right.
But is it possible? Is it possible that you do have that? You did have a relationship in which you checked in on somebody every single day, but life happens, and you still have, like, whenever you get up, you pick right back up where you were. But like, there's no way I can communicate with the friends that I used to have like I can now, because I have all the responsibilities that I have. If I'm not hanging out with y'all, I'm editing the podcast. If I'm not editing the podcast, I'm hanging out with my wife. If I'm not hanging out with my wife, I'm probably at work. And then while I'm at work, I'm going to go, like, we're consumed with a whole bunch of things. Like, I understand, like, we text and stuff like that, but like picking up the phone and making a phone call, I'm not a caller type person. You know what I mean? You just.
No, I'm saying, I'm listening to you. Like, you're not a caller.
So, like, because y'all have hit me with the you're just a terrible friend.
I'm agreeing. No, I'm not saying you're a terrible friend. I was agreeing with you, like, yeah, life happens. People got responsibility.
sure.
So I'm agreeing,
but can we still be friends and life happens?
You can be friends and life happens, but I also think that life responsibilities is a cop-out that people use to gatekeep their engagement. When I don't want to do what I want to do, like Issa Rae saying, for example, saying that I just don't check on people. She doesn't want to be intentional about checking on people. So she wants to absolve herself of the responsibility of checking on people by saying, well, if you need me, you know you can call me.
Right.
And I'm just not considerate. So don't have that expectation of me because I don't want to do
It's
it.
oxymoronic.
Yeah, so then we make it seem like we're so busy that we can't check in on people. And that's the part that I think is a cop-out. Because life happens for everybody. I don't care. Not to say I don't care. That's not the right way to say it. But yes, you got a job. Yes, you got a wife. Yes, you got stuff going on. But you're not so busy that you can't ever send me a text to check on me. I just think that that's ridiculous. That people even act like life is happening so much for me right now that I can't even take time to check on you to see how you doing. And it don't even have to be a phone call. It could be a text. It could be a voice note. That takes seconds. It's a few seconds to send somebody a text and be like, hey, yo, I was in between something. Ain't talked to you in a minute. Just wanted to make sure you was good. Hit me up when you get a chance. Let me know. That's it. That's all it takes. And people act like they're so busy that they can't do that. Or they make it seem like I'm dealing with so much that I don't have the capacity to do whatever. That's not friendly.
Yeah.
You can't call yourself you can't call yourself a friend and at the same time act as if you have no time ever to be able to check on that person. But like, hey, when we get back together, we just pick up where we left off. It's not a season of a TV show. Like we're, it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming back, pick up where I left off, recently watched in Netflix, something like that. Like this is a friendship, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. So come on, bro. There's just to me, and of course I talked about it before because everyone was mad at me when I said my wife should text me back when she's at work because I think that there's a time in the day for you to do. No one's that busy. You can't convince me that you're that busy. And when especially if I know you personally, you're not that busy. Not you. You busy, and I be telling you to stop doing so much stuff. You do a lot of stuff. You got a lot of friends. You busy a lot, and I be saying you need to sit down somewhere. I say that all the time, don't I? Tell the truth.
You do. Okay,
Okay.
On record,
Okay, yeah. Troy be busy. And I be telling you to chill out doing so much stuff, whatever. But a lot of other people aren't as legitimately as busy as you. They just don't want to have the responsibility of being expected to check on people. So they use their life as the reason why I haven't reached out, or because I don't have the capacity right now. You should just understand that I ain't been checking out. But it's really they just want to pick and choose when they want to be in a relationship.
But what about the component that she said, but if you need me, I'm here?
That's again... That's to me, that's gaslighting. Because at the end of the day, think about most people. If me and you didn't talk for a year, but I was like, Dot, you know you can call me if you need me. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna
call me.
Like for real. Like let's be for real.
How does someone know they can call you if you don't never check on them? How can you say if you need? It's just like and this is a black thing. Because I can only speak for black people. I don't know what nobody else do, but I know black people are famous for this. You know somebody going through something, you reach out to them and you be like, let me know if you need anything.
Right.
Let me know if you need anything. That's black people. We say that. Let me know if you need anything. And we know they need something. I know you need something. That's why I reached out to you. I knew you was going through something. And then I leave it and say, let me know if you need something. Just because we think it sounds nice to say. And sometimes we hoping that they don't actually need nothing or want or ask us for nothing. Because we don't really want to do it. We just want to say, like, let me know if you need something.
But in those situations, let me know if you need something. We do have to say that because you never know what each person needs. Like sometimes people need space. Sometimes people need attention. Like they need call and check up on me. And I really appreciate that. I'm not sure. I think it was you one time. You was like, hey, call and check up on me. Something like that. I forgot. And I appreciate it. I was like, oh obviously, yeah, I'll call and check in and make sure you're straight. Because different folks is different strokes. You know, you never know. I know when I'm going through, I honestly, I don't know what I need in the moment. You can call me and you could be annoying me, or I could not receive a phone call and I could be feeling lonely. I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. But saying, let me know if you need something, knowing they need something.
It puts the onus on.
It puts it on them to take the action.
There is a certain level of responsibility there. But I think it's how you present it and if you're being intentional about it. Because if I say, let me know if you need something, you may not need anything right then and there. Or you might, as Troy mentioned, I need to think about it or I'll get back to you. To me, the true level of friendship is if I follow up with, I'm just checking in. I know I heard you. You ain't saying nothing right. You know what I'm saying? So that's more so the follow-up that showcases true level of friendship.
Or even changing language to not let me know if you need anything, but how can I help you in this moment?
Yeah.
How can I help you in this moment? Or I'm not even asking you. I'm like, I know where you're going. I'm coming to. We going out, or I'm coming to sit with you, or whatever. I'm like, I'm not even gonna give you a chance. Because I know that you're dealing with something, or you got something going on. But to sit there and be like, I fall back and I just let you live in whatever it is that you got going on, and if you need something, reach out to me. But you don't even know if you like. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
Well, the reason why, and it's the onus piece, because I have been hit with the, hey, you don't check in on me or that type of stuff, right? But I'm like, the phone works both ways, though.
I hate that.
The phone don't work both ways.
I hate that.
You needed for me to call you. I don't know that. I literally live life on to the next one. After I do this one, it's on to the next one. After I do this thing, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes I don't have the time to fall back. Somebody gave this this situation. They were like, you know, some people can go the whole day and not even realize they haven't eaten yet.
Yeah, I do that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So how do you, as a person who go through a whole day, realize that you may not have eaten yet? For the nourishment of your body, for the uses of the kingdom of God, don't know to fuel yourself, make it in your mind to know, I need to make sure I need to go check up on this person.
Well, there's two reasons. Number one, I know that the word told me that man does not live on bread alone. So that's the first thing. Second thing.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this because I said this to you last time. I hate it when he uses scripture.
Come on, bro.
I hate it when he uses scripture.
I know I don't do it intentionally for the pod. I'm full of the word, okay? I have a bunch of it. I just don't do it. I am. I just don't use that. I just don't lead with it. But if I need it, I know where it is. Come on, bro. Come on.
Now he full of the word.
But I'm gonna get on you in a minute. I'm gonna get on you.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So that's I'm gonna get on you. I'm just joking about the first one. But the second thing is I'm extremely intentional about my friendships. So it is important to me to check on people. I'm not so selfish that I'm not worried about the next person. And I think that's the difference. Yeah. I'm not saying you specifically are selfish. People in general, and this is why I say our terrible friends, are inherently selfish. And they worry about themselves and what they have going on. I got a life. I got a wife. I got a job. All you hear is I. How the hell are you going to be in relationship with people, be in community with people, and your first thought is always what I got going on.
Yeah.
I got this going on, so I don't have time to check on you or whatever it may be. But then when you ready to check on me or when you want to hang out or when you want to do it, now you expect me to be available.
Right.
Now you want to reach out. Hey, let's go get some chicken wings. No, I am busy all of a sudden. I don't have time to go do, whatever it is. I just don't believe in, I'm not saying that people are doing it intentionally. Some people are. I just don't believe in picking me up when you feel like picking me up and putting me down when you want to put me down. So I'm more intentional about my friendships, and that could be primarily because, as I talk about all the time, growing up apart from my family, my friends are my family, so I treat them as such, whereas other people have closer relationships with their family. Y'all could get in the car and drive up the road and see your mom, your grandma, your people, and y'all have that community, so then you may not be as focused on your friendships because you have another core group that you can connect to. So a lot of people have closer proximity relationships with their family, so they don't put as much emphasis on friendships. So because they feel like, well, someone could be my friend today, not my friend tomorrow, or whatever it may be. And I take friendship way more seriously than that. So to me, it is extremely important for me to be like, oh, I know Lace was dealing with something, or I know you had a situation. So you got that interview. So I'm like, hey, how'd that interview go? You told me about the interview or whatever. I could have been like, yo, I've been working today. I was behind on this thing. I just started this new job. I'm trying to figure out this space. I could have negated that you had an interview today and just been like, well, I got all this stuff going on, man. Troy got to get it on his own. But it's important for me to be like, yo, he took time to share with me that he was going to an interview. So let me at least check on the interview and see how it went. I know you just moved into a new house. Hey, how's the new house going? Yeah. What you need in the house? When's the party? When we gonna kick it? When, whatever.
Oh, thank you for the place too, by the way.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's all good. And so it's just like I'm more intentional with the relationships and checking on people. Yeah. Because, I think it's important. And it's not even based on how much they do it for me. Right. It's what I want to do. So I don't think that I always get that same response from others though. But I think more people are starting to do it for me because they see how much I'm doing it for them. Right. But I don't think everyone operates like that. I think a lot of people are picking and choosing when they want to be engaged with people, and they use their life as a scapegoat for why they don't get engaged.
It's me, baby. We don't need all of that. What it do, though? It's your boy, Dr. Life Coach Lace, a.k.a. NBA Old Boy, a.k.a. I'm him, a.k.a. the Menace, no relation to Dennis. Yo, stop what you're doing and hit the button. We need you to like, subscribe, and follow to what we got going here. We bringing the hot topics. We bringing the critical conversations. We bringing joy to the masses in our jovial way of connection, in our jovial way of having real in-depth engagement. Tap in with the boys, listen to the potty, share it with your friends, and again, hit the button. Like, subscribe, and follow. We out.